Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you my spooky season, but they're not really spooky, but like cozy season, spooky season, Halloweeny cozy read Rex. Before we get into that though, I'm gonna shout out my jumper. Let me get closer, hold on. It says, "Gorgeous ghouls, love books." We do. And it is from this little small business called Truly Magical Books, of which I am an affiliate. So if you like what you see, you can use my code, which is AF Caitlin is Confused, for 10% off. I have done a whole haul from this business before. I've worn them in a couple of other videos as well, but this is from the like spooky season launch, which is coming to an end soon. Let me see when it's coming to an end, hold on. The last orders is the 27th of October for the autumn collection, of which this is a part. So if you want some spooky season-ish, bookish related merch, then check out their website. The link's in the description, and don't forget to use my code to save yourself some moolah and get 10% off. So like I said before, I don't really do spooky, don't really do scary. It's not for me, horror's not for me. So if that's what you're looking for, you ain't gonna find that here, soz. And this is more like cozy Rex. It's like, yeah, cozy, a little bit spooky, definitely magical. A lot of these like aren't spooky, but they're about kind of magic and witchery and things like that. So those are the vibes of these books and this video. So first up, I will recommend Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy by Stephanie Garber for any and every season. That's my #1 book rec of all time, hence why it's in the background of every single one of my videos. And I wanted it on this shelf specifically so that it could be in the background of all of my videos, because I love it, and I think it is perfect for cozy season. It has cozy vibes. It has every vibe you could want. It is a book for all seasons, in my opinion. So that is book rec #1. #2 is actually also going to be on the shelf. It's Harry Potter. I was thinking about this. I was like, Harry Potter actually does have such cozy vibes. Maybe that's just me personally, because it's like nostalgic and I love it so much, or I don't know, but I just feel like it does have good cozy vibes. Obviously it's a commitment to decide to read Harry Potter for cozy season. It's 7 books, so maybe you just want to read your fave for cozy season. For example, my fave book is probably Goblet of Fire or Prisoner of Azkaban. So I'd probably read one of those two. I might not, actually no, I can't just chop and change. I'd have to read the whole series. But anyway, that's just a me thing. So that's my book rec, or books. #2 is some Harry Potter, because I feel like it's got very cozy vibes. Next up we have, this is like, I feel like it's a bit random, and I wonder if I'm just recommending it because I read it at the start of the month, but I feel like it does have really good cozy vibes and it would be a good read for cozy season, and it is Hiding Him by Adam Hatton. So I talked about this in my book haul and I read the blurb there, so I'm not going to read it again, but it's basically it's YA, it's set in a 6th form, so if you're from the US and you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, that's after you do your GCSEs when you're 16. You can leave school, go to college, you could go into an apprenticeship, or you could do 6th form, which is like basically the same as college but a bit different, because I don't really know what you do at college because I did 6th form. So you do your A-levels. And it's about this young boy, he's in year 12 I think, and yeah, he's going through his A-levels, but it's not really about that, it's more about the fact that he is gay, and he's the only openly gay person in like his school, I think. He lives in a really small town. I think it is loosely based on the author's life, I think, maybe, or like the author's own experiences. So yeah, and then this new boy comes and he's like, "Oh, you fine," and he's like, "Nah, but he's not gonna be gay, like nobody around is gay." What do you think happened, guys? I'm not going to spoil it, but it's one of those. It was just really fun, light-hearted. I think it is great for cozy season. It's really short, so you could probably actually smash it through in like 1 or 2 sittings if you were just under your blanket by the fire on a rainy autumnal day. So yeah, that is Hiding Him by Adam Hatton. Next, I don't actually have this book. I can't find it. I don't have it physically in my hand because it's just lost to me. I don't know what I've done with it. But it is The Antique Hunter's Guide to Murder by C.L. Miller. Oh no, let me look it up. Yes, C.L. Miller. So I read this, I think I actually read it in January of this year, but I just think it's like cozy crime, if you're familiar with that. So it's like more, it's not like gory or like that suspenseful. I think it did have a bit of suspense, but like it's not a thriller. It's like about this woman and her aunt investigating a murder. Like it's iconic. I loved it. Very, very good for cozy season. Yeah, I'm not going to read the blurb of that either. But that's the vibe. I think I've talked about it on my channel before, or if not, I've definitely talked about it on my Instagram, so you can head over there to see a bit more. And next up is this is just generally anything by Mr. Kavanagh. It's just that The Liar was on the top of the pile, so it's easiest for me to get to. So yeah, Steve Kavanagh is like one of my favourite authors of all time. He is definitely my favourite crime author. And his are definitely more thrillers, more kind of what you would think. That it's not cozy crime, it's crime. And yeah, very suspenseful. If this is as scary as the book recs are gonna get over here. Yeah, just lots of suspense, lots of twists, lots of turns. Obviously there's, you know, that going on, if you get what I'm saying from those actions. But yeah, they're just so good. I don't know how his mind works, how he comes up with these twists and these turns. I'm like, but yeah, good. There's like been several times where I've been like reading his books and like my heart started like, because I'm like, it's such suspense. His writing is phenomenal. So yeah, if you're a crime person, anything by Steve Kavanagh, you need to check it out. Next up we have our first like witchy rec, is The Poisons We Drink by Bethany Baptiste. So this talks about magic in like a way I've never like seen it done before. Like the lore of magic in this book is very, very different to like anything I've ever read. Does it have the blurb? This is a proof. This is an ARC, so I'm hoping it has a blurb and I can read it to you. See, I just love this book because the dedication at the front is, I dedicate this book to all my haters. I only got this far out of spite. Oh, it's literally, it is on the back, it's just on the other side. Okay, so, yeah, I'll just read it then. In a country divided between humans and witches, Venus Stoneheart hustles as a brewer making illegal love potions to support her family. Love potions are a dangerous business. Brewing has painful, debilitating side effects, and getting caught means death or a prison sentence. But what Venus is most afraid of is the dark, sentient magic within her. When an enemy's iron bullet kills her mother, Venus's life implodes. Keeping her reckless little sister Jaina safe is now her responsibility. When the powerful Grand Witcher, the ruthless head of her coven, offers Venus the chance to punish her mother's killer, she has to pay a steep price for revenge. The cost? Brew poisonous potions to enslave DC's most influential politicians. As Venus crawls deeper into the corrupt underbelly of her city, the line between magic and power blurs, and it's hard to tell who to trust, herself included. And yeah, it's just great. It's not spooky vibes, but I think it's perfect for spooky season and for Halloween season, just because magic, you know, kind of goes hand in hand. It's giving like Hocus Pocus, but like in the modern age, sort of. You know, it's just, it's good. It's good. So we are sticking with just general witchery, magic-y themes, because a couple of these I think are specifically kind of with Halloween in mind. I don't think these ones were written with Halloween in mind, but I think they just go good with spooky season. So it is Ink Blood Sister Scribe by Emma Tors. I think I've talked about this on my channel before, but I honestly can't remember, so I'll just read the blurb again. Sorry if this is the second time you're hearing this. Oh, I definitely have, because I didn't know how to say their names. Joanna Calate lives alone in the woods of Vermont, the sole protector of a collection of rare books. Books that will allow someone to walk through walls or turn water into wine, books of magic. Her estranged older sister Esther moves between countries and jobs, constantly changing, never staying anywhere longer than a year, desperate to avoid the deadly magic that killed her mother. Currently working on a research base in Antarctica, she has found love and perhaps a sort of happiness. When she finds spots of blood on the mirrors in the research base, she knows someone is coming for her and that Joanna and her collection are in danger. If they are to survive, Esther and Joanna must unravel the secrets their parents kept hidden from them, secrets that span centuries and continents and could cost them their lives. So I will be honest, I didn't end up finishing this book. I read it about this time last year, but then I think both Steve Kavanagh and Stephanie Garber released books in October last year, so obviously I had to put anything else that I was reading on the back burner to read those. And I just never picked it up again, not because it wasn't good, just because, I don't know, other things kind of got in the way. But I would like to try and pick it up again. I don't know if I'll be able to. It might be something that I listen to the audiobook maybe. Because I would like to pick it up again. I'm on chapter 11. So I'm really not that far into it. One thing I will say about it though is that the writing is tiny. Like, it's really small. And I'd like it to be bigger. It just makes it a little bit harder to read. And I feel like I read slower because of it. And then that makes me a little bit annoyed. And I feel like I'm taking ages to read it. So that's maybe another reason why I put it down and didn't pick it back up. But not because the story wasn't good. And the magic is very like, it has like dark vibes. So again, I think it's perfect for spooky season. And then just sticking with the not Halloween / autumn in mind when they were written, but go good with the season, is both by Margaret Rogerson, and it's An Enchantment of Ravens and Sorcery of Thorns. I have talked about these before. I think I reacted to... I've definitely recommended them before. Oh! Fantasy Standalone Rex, when I did that, I talked about them in that. So I won't redo the blurb or talk about them too much now, because I've already talked about them and I don't want to bore people. But I talk about the same thing over and over again. Even though I talk about Once Upon a Broken Heart all the time, but that's different. I mean, it's not, but it is. But yeah, I just think they have cozy vibes. I think maybe especially a charm. Oh, I know, there's Sorcery of Thorns as well. But they just have great cozy vibes. I mean, it's this one actually especially because I think they go to like the autumn. He's the Prince of Autumn. Yeah, the Autumn Prince. So it's autumn. It kind of goes with the territory. But also they're beautiful. And I like showing them to people because I think they're really pretty. Next up is, let's do my current read. So I'm currently reading, nearly finished actually, Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood, that came out this year, like the start of the month I think. The edges are friggin' stunning. I don't think I've ever pre-ordered a book so fast in my life. As soon as I saw this on my Waterstones homepage of like coming soon, I was like, I have to have it because I need those edges. So yeah, it's so good. The cozy vibes. Amazing. So let's get into the blurb. Belladonna Blackthorn hasn't lost her magical spark, but she hasn't seen it in a while either. Balancing work at her beloved London bookshop, Luna Books, with handling her toxic boss and concealing her witchcraft from those around her, Belle is burnt out. Perfecting the potential of her magic is the last thing on her mind. When her 30th birthday brings a summons from her coven and a trial that tests her worthiness as a witch, Belle risks... That's not a word. Belle risks losing her magic forever. With only a month to fix things and a suspicion that dark forces may be working against her, Belle will need all the help she can get, from the women in her life, from an unlikely mentor figure, and even from an infuriating coven watchman who's sworn to protect her. And it literally says, with found family, a dash of romance, and an uplifting message about self-love, Rewitched is a cozy autumnal fantasy that will leave readers spellbound. So this was obviously, you know, written with this time of year in mind, and it's just, the cozy vibes are so good. They're so good, and like, I don't know, it's just such an easy read. I'm really enjoying it. It's to the point where like I don't want to put it down. So like if I have stuff to do, I'm like, no, I need to do that first. I'm like, I need to wait to read, because once I start reading it, I'm not going to want to stop. Next up, I've only read one of these. I've not read the other one. Also, yes, I am wearing jogging bottoms. That's what you just saw. Allow it, please. So they're both by Erin Sterling. It's The X-Hex and The Kiss Curse. So I read The Kiss Curse last year without realising that is part of actually a series, and it's the second in the series, and The X-Hex comes first. So I basically know how The X-Hex is going to end, but I feel like with romance books you know how they're going to end anyway, so that don't really matter. But But yeah, I remember saying at the time, like I went to all my co-workers and I was like, it was so good. It has, if anybody watched this as a kid, the Disney Channel original movie Halloween Town, it has Halloween Town vibes, but like for grown-ups. And like I was obsessed as I was reading it. That was literally all I could think of. I was like, this has the same vibes as Halloween Town. Like this feels the same as Halloween Town, the movies, and I loved those as a kid. So I loved reading these last year. I'll read you the blurb of the X-Hex, not the Kiss Curse. Oh, actually does... I know, it doesn't mention anything about the X-Hex. Vivian Jones handled the biggest breakup of her life the way that any witch would. Vodka, bubble baths, and a curse on her ex. That was 9 years ago. Now Reese Penhollow, descendant of the town's founders, breaker of hearts and still irritatingly gorgeous, is back. Reese has returned to the quaint town of Graves Glen to recharge the ley lines and make an appearance at the annual Fall Festival. But when his every move results in calamity, Vivi realises that hexing her ex might not have been so harmless after all. As the curse starts to affect the magic of the town, resulting in murderous wind-up toys, an outraged ghost, and a surprisingly talkative cat, Vivi and Reese must put their personal feelings aside and work together to break the curse and save not just the town, but also Reese's life. Cute. Could never be me. I ain't about reconciliation. And so then the Kiss Curse is about Vivi's cousin Gwen. And then I mean, this is a little bit weird because Gwen's love interest is Reese's brother. So like they're low-key relate. Like they're only related through marriage, but still. It's like a little bit. That just dawned on me. Anyway, I'm not going to read this blurb because I think it is a little bit spoilery of the X-Hex. And I don't want people to get spoiled like me, even though I spoiled myself by not realising that it was a series. I'm looking out for you guys. Okay, so the next 4 books I've not read. They're my seasonal hopefuls, I guess you could say. That I'm definitely not going to get through, you know, all of these. But it's fine. So first up is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. So I'm just a huge Ali Hazelwood fan. She's one of my also-buy authors. Like anything she writes, I will buy. Although I'm not sure about her latest announcement with the, what was it called, Deep End? I'm glad she changed the title. It was going to be called Wet, and I was like, that is grim, I'm not buying that. But it's like a swimming sports romance, and I was like, but we'll see. But yeah, this is Bride. It's like supernatural romance, so again, I think it's perfect for this time of year. So, Misery Lark, the only daughter of the most powerful vampire councilman of the Southwest, is an outcast again. Her days of living in anonymity among the humans are over. She's been called upon to uphold an historic peacekeeping alliance between the vampires and their mortal enemies, the Wares, and sees little choice but to surrender herself in the exchange again. Wares are ruthless and unpredictable, and their alpha, Lo Morland, is no exception. He rules his pack with absolute authority but not without justice, and unlike the Vampire Council, not without feeling. It's clear from the way he tracks Misery's every movement that he doesn't trust her. If only he knew how right he was. Because Misery has her own reasons to agree to this marriage of convenience, reasons that have nothing to do with politics or alliances and everything to do with the only thing she's ever cared about, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to get back what's hers, even if it means a life alone in Were territory, alone with the wolf. It sounds weird, and apparently it is weird, but apparently it's also like, it's not a bad weird, but it is weird. I'm kind of scared to read it because I'm worried I'm not gonna like it. But I just think it's good for this time of year. If you like supernatural romances, I think it's like Twilight but for grown-ups, sort of thing. It's fine, nothing got that damaged. I managed to save the one that was most important to me, which is Rewitched. Next up is This Spells Love by Kate Robb. So this has the same vibes to me as the X Hex and the Kiss Curse, and maybe Rewitched as well. Yeah, just like, yeah, good vibes. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, I've not read it, but here's the blurb. Have you ever had a breakup so bad you wish the whole relationship had never happened? I forgot that that's what this book was about when I bought it. I bought this when I was still in a relationship. I bought this before I even had a breakup. Anyway, well, Gemma's wish has come true. After one too many margaritas lead to her mystical aunt reading out a drunken spell, she wakes up in a parallel world where she didn't give years of her life to the wrong man. But you know what they say, be careful what you wish for, because not only is her boring ex out of the picture, but her extremely attractive male best friend also has no idea who she is. And in this world, Gemma and Dax don't have years of friendship history keeping them from becoming something more. Oh, so she fancies her friend. She's going to end up with her friend. Okay, cool. Yeah, I hope she doesn't end up with the ex. I'll be well annoyed. But yeah, it just has the similar vibes to like Rewitched and The Kiss Curse. Just like fun, magical, cozy season, October vibes. Yeah. This is the penultimate rec. We have Kindling by Bonnie Woods. And this is just not magical, it's just autumnal. So it says, one grumpy Scottish woodsman, one uprooted city girl, one autumn that changes everything. It just sounds like so Caitlin coded already, does it not? A snug autumnal retreat in the Highlands is the perfect escape for Harper, until she is stranded in the forest with nowhere to stay. Fraser, a gruff local woodcutter, reluctantly offers her his lumberjack's cabin on one condition: she mustn't distract him from his duties. I think we know she's going to distract him. But Fraser is finding his beautiful guests annoyingly hard to ignore, and the way he chops firewood, dogged, powerful and precise, is distracting Harper too. Soon, as the flame-red leaves fall overhead, Harper and Fraser are both forced to wonder, am I falling faster? And guys, there's a dog. There's a dog on the cover. Anything with a dog, sign me up. As long as nothing happens to the dog. I don't mess with things where things happen to animals. But yeah, that is that. That I think is going to be my next read. I want to try and finish Rewitched ASAP Rocky. Get onto this. I don't think this is going to take me that long either. And then, I don't know what will be next. Maybe the X Hex, because it's kind of a funny concept. So, final rec, this is again a new release this year, is The Best Hex Ever by Nadia El Farsi. And this is the Afterlight book of the month, I'm pretty sure. Just based on the graphic and stuff that they released when they announced the theme, I think it's pretty obvious that it's going to be this. So, when it comes to love, sometimes the recipe needs a little magic. Dina is a skilled kitchen witch and cafe owner, serving magic-infused pastries to her loyal customers. But it's hard not to feel something is missing when you're cursed to hurt anyone who falls for you. Oh, see, I've not read the blurb of this. I just saw the Waterstones exclusive edition. Like, it's one of those ones that Waterstones like promotes, like on the homepage of the app and stuff. And I just saw it and I was like, that's such a punny title. I love it. And I didn't even read the blurb. I didn't actually buy this though. I was sent this. Because I used to work at Waterstones and I was sent this. But yeah, anyway. Scott is a museum curator recently back in London after a brutal breakup 2 years ago and is looking to make up for all the time he missed. He's determined to be the perfect best man at his friend's upcoming wedding, but his plans take an unexpected turn when he meets the bewitching maid of honour. Oh. After a weekend in the countryside full of peculiar hedge mazes, palm readings by candlelight and a midnight Halloween ritual, there's no denying the chemistry between them, but there's just one problem. The hex still holds and Dina knows that Scott is in danger. Can Dina break the spell before it breaks both their hearts? Ooh, oh, he's in danger. So when it says like she's cursed to hurt anyone, does that mean like she'll physically hurt them, like they'll die? Because like there's this book. Oh no, she doesn't kill them. Okay, so I was gonna say there's this book called With This Kiss by Carrie Hope Fletcher, but they don't kill them with the kiss. They see how they're going to die when they kiss them. They don't kill them. So oh, it's Jax! He kills people when he kisses them. Anyway, so yeah, and also it is short, so I'll try and get this done this season as well. I love that this is like a debut novel and it's like become really popular. I love it when debut novels like just take off. It just makes me happy for like the author. Manifesting that for myself one day. Yeah, that is all the recs I have for you today. Like I said, the last kind of 4 I haven't read, but everything else I have finished / have read some of, and I didn't DNF them for bad reasons. Like Ink Sister Scribe, it's just, I just didn't pick it back up for like no fault of its own, okay? Don't let it put you off. I think if you're into like darker magic, like that kind of storyline, that kind of vibes, then that would be perf for you. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out Truly Magical Books and grab yourself one of these before they sell out on the 27th of October. That is last orders. I mean, I don't even think she's got much stock of things left, so hit her up before it's too late and use my code AFKateModsConfused for 10% off. Save yourself some dollar and get a really nice jumper, and it's really soft and it's really comfy, it's really cozy, and it's perfect for cozy season. Anyway, did I already ask you to subscribe? I don't remember, but I'm going to say again, please subscribe if you haven't already. Follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok, leave me a comment, like this video, watch more of my videos, because I think I'm a fun time and I think I'm worth it. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!